Namaskar, welcome to my musing. I am Pradipta and my musings are like music only for me because the word musing is also related to the word muse, which means music. So being a musician and a sort of a humble thinker also, I thought of sharing my thoughts in the form of musings with you all. Whatever is in tune with the cosmos, with the primordial sound, is music. So my musings are also like music for me, which I am trying to transmit to you all through my musings channel. So today's topic for my musing is rebirth. Rebirth has been a very interesting topic for me right from childhood because being a Hindu, I have always heard about the theory of rebirth, which has been reiterated upon and endorsed by all the Hindu scriptures. It's said in scriptures that according to our karma, we are born again and again till we are liberated from all our desires and we attain the absolute. Now, theory and practice are two different things. Theory, when put into practice, cannot always be considered to be very rational, according to me. So, we should have a rational mind and we should have some power of discretion when we read the scriptures, because mostly scriptures are all poetical musings and these are written in a poetical way in order to make those more palatable and related to by the commoners. All our seers are great seekers on the path of truth, and whatever they have said is indeed pure truth, and we all don't deny this fact. But this is also true that all the scriptures which contain the visions of the seers are a mixture of sand and sugar. So according to Sri Ramakrishna, he always used to say that scriptures are a mixture of sand and sugar, and one should have the power of discretion, one should use one's rationality while reading the scriptures so that one knows how to differentiate sand from sugar. So this means that the theory of rebirth in this context should be taken with a pinch of salt. We should use our rational and scientific mind while going through this theory of rebirth. According to me, we are indeed born and we indeed die multiple times. And to experience what happens after death, we don't have to die. In this very life, indeed, we can find out this phenomenon, what it means to be born and die again and again. Scientifically, according to biology, all our body cells go through a continuous process of renewal. The old cells get destroyed and in their place, new cells come up through a process of cell division. And these new cells carry the memory of the parent cell. And this way, this process goes on right from birth till our death. That is the formal birth and the formal death in gross form. This process goes on, giving birth to new cells, a continuous process of renewal. So whatever dies is born again. So scientifically, this theory of rebirth is indeed true, and we all experience this in our lifetime unknowingly. We are not aware of this fact that this physiological process is going on in our body. We are not the same when we are in our mother's womb, and then when we are infants, and then we grow up, we become old, and then we die. The process of cell division goes on continuously, leading to birth and death of cells. Now, from a philosophical point of view, what I think that life is a product of all our thoughts. And the history of evolution of all living beings is nothing but the evolution of thought process. Gradually, as our thought process evolves, we also evolve as living beings. Right from the lowermost living being to the highermost, that is the highest living being, human being. It's said that our experiences which we gather in our lifetime and also which we inherit as acquired tendencies, these experiences help us gain knowledge, and this knowledge gets converted into memory, which is more than physical memory, and this has been termed as smriti in Hindu scriptures. This memory or smriti helps us put our thoughts into action, because thoughts are generated by memory or smriti, and these thoughts are put into actions which are perceptible as well as imperceptible, manifested as well as unmanifested, and this is called karma. And this karma is used in the theory of rebirth in Hindu scriptures. It's said that according to our karma, good or bad, we go through our successive births. Now, leaving apart the theory of rebirth, let us think rationally. These thoughts which are produced because of our memory are transmitted to our near and dear ones. And this transmission also occurs when we are silent verbally, but we are thinking something in our minds, being with our near and dear ones. And these thoughts can travel to those who are far also. If those people who are far from us are in sync with our thoughts, if they are having the same thought process in their minds, then they can be in sync with our thoughts. This way, our thoughts along with our actions influence the psyches of those with whom we interact, and also maybe if our thoughts are very powerful, they may travel far also. And this way, the thoughts get embedded deep into the psyches of those with whom we interact. And now, these are passed as genes to the progeny. And this way, even though our gross body is destroyed at one point of time after that formal death, and the gross body again gets assimilated into the elements of the earth, our thought process stays, and it continues to stay in the minds and psyches of other people around us. And this is the way we are again born. Our desires are born, our thoughts are reborn in the form of subtle bodies. These subtle bodies are nothing but our thoughts which take another gross form, which is the physical body, and this is formed from the earth elements only through the food which we partake. So this is the theory of rebirth according to me. We are indeed born again and again through our thoughts amidst our near and dear ones, and also those whom we influence by our thought waves who are far and distant from us also. Good thoughts will indeed give birth to some other good thoughts, and bad thoughts will give birth to some other bad thoughts. It's very rational this way. So this is the process, how the cycle of birth and death goes on. And there is nothing called death. Death is always a process of renewal. In our bodies also, one cell withers, and before that, the cell divides to give birth to progeny cells. So it is always a continuous process of renewal. Death is not the end, it is just a process of renewal, a start of a new journey. My thoughts don't perish with my destruction. It gets carried on to somebody else, somewhere else, in some other form. And I think whatever I am transmitting to you all through my thoughts in the form of these musings will be in sync with your psyches. And this way, even when I am not there, if my thoughts are in sync with your thoughts, I will continue. I will continue forever. So let me know what you think about rebirth after watching this video. Hari Om Tat Sat. Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.